In the sun-drenched, treacherous world of Miami's elite, where palm trees cast long shadows over coral-hued mansions and secrets festered behind curated facades, the annual Mayor's Gala at the Fontainebleau Hotel was the city's pinnacle of glamour, a night of clinking champagne flutes, whispered power plays, and scandals poised to erupt like a hurricane over Biscayne Bay. At the epicenter of this gilded chuzz was Sophia Alvarez, a 17-year-old high school senior with caramel curls that cascaded to her shoulders, hazel eyes that concealed a calculating mind, and a leather-bound diary that held the power to shatter her family's empire. Sophia was the only daughter of Isabella Alvarez, a 38-year-old socialite and former Miss Florida, who'd risen from a high-league barrio to Miami's upper echelon by marrying Victor Alvarez, a 50-year-old real estate tycoon whose skyscrapers defied the skyline, but whose fortune rested on a precarious web of offshore accounts and Cuban cartel connections. Their Coral Gables mansion, with its marble columns, infinity pool, and private dock, was a glittering facade masking crushing debts, clandestine affairs, and a lie that would reverberate across generations. Sophia was no ordinary teenager, raised in a world of elite academies, beach parties, and an Instagram following of 50,000. She played the perfect daughter, straight A student, debate team captain, and darling of Miami's charity circuit, photographed at galas with a practiced smile. But her true self lived in the pages of her diary, locked in a drawer beneath her vanity, its entries written in a coded shorthand only she could decipher. The diary chronicled her mother's late-night calls with mystery men, her father's cryptic meetings with cartel enforcers in Little Havana, and a devastating discovery: Isabella's fake pregnancy, a meticulously crafted scam to secure a $5 million trust fund from Victor's dying mother, Elena Alvarez, a Cuban exiled matriarch obsessed with a grandchild to carry the Alvarez legacy. Sophia had overheard Isabella plotting with her best friend, Marissa Delgado, a 40-year-old prude with a Botox smile and a talent for spinning lies in their mansion's wine cellar. They planned to fake a pregnancy using a prosthetic belly, forged medical records from a shady Coconut Grove clinic, and a bribed doctor named Dr. Vargas, convincing Elena, who was battling terminal pancreatic cancer, that Isabella carried Victor's heir to lock in the inheritance before her death. In the sweltering summer of 2010, Miami pulsed with anticipation for the Mayor's Gala, a star-studded spectacle where the city's elite billionaires, influencers, and politicians like Major Carlos Rivera, a 45-year-old charmer with a corrupt streak, and deep teas, to a Cuban cartel mingled under crystal chandeliers in the Fontainebleau's Grand Ballroom. Isabella, 6 months into her pregnancy, wore a custom Versace gown that hugged her fake bump, milking sympathy and clout as she networked with Rivera and his cronies, her laughter echoing over the clink of glasses. Sophia, in a silver gown that shimmered like moonlight on the bay, played her role, posing for paparazzi while clutching her direst secrets in her mind. Resentment burned beneath her polished exterior. Isabella's neglect, her obsession with status, her dismissal of Sophia as just a kid had carved deep wounds. When Sophia caught Marissa slipping Isabella a forged ultrasound at a pre-gala brunch at a South Beach cafe, she snapped a photo with her iPhone, her heart pounding with a volatile mix of fear, fury, and a growing resolve to act. She had planned to expose her mother, but the diary was her weapon, a ticking bomb she could no longer ignore. The scam began to unravel when Sophia's diary vanished. She'd left it in her locker at Coral Gables Prep, a mistake born of a rushed debate practice. Her rival, Chloe Martins, a 17-year-old mean girl influencer with 100,000 followers and a vendetta since Sophia outshone her at prom, stole it, sensing a viral moment. Chloe leaked cryptic pages on Twitter, tweeting, "Miami's golden girl has secrets, sharp Alvarista." The posts exploded, racking up 10,000 retweets in hours, fueling gossip blogs with headlines like "Socialite Scandal Brewings." Without naming Isabella, Miami's elite whispered in their niched clubs and penthouses, and Isabella, panicked, confronted Sophia in their mansion's foyer, her fake bump absurdly prominent. "You ungrateful brat," Isabella hissed, accusing Sophia of betrayal. Sophia, stone-faced, denied leaking anything, but her mind raced to recover the diary before it reached the Gala. Victor, oblivious to the pregnancy scam, grew suspicious as Elena's lawyer, Diego Vargas, a shark in a briny suit, and Dr. Vargas' cousin, demanded a paternity test, citing discrepancies in Isabella's medical records uncovered by a private investigator. Marissa, desperate to protect the $5 million, hired Reiko, a cartel thug with a scar across his cheek and a coke-fueled temper, to intimidate Chloe into silence. Reiko, reckless, botched the job, crashing Chloe's pink Mustang into a palm tree on Ocean Drive, landing her in the hospital with a broken arm and turning the scandal into front-page news across Miami. The mayor's gala became the stage for a catastrophic explosion. Sophia, tipped off by a classmate via a frantic text, learned Chloe had sold the diary to Lexi Tars, a 22-year-old gossip blogger with a YouTube channel boasting 500,000 subscribers, for $1,000. Lexi planned to crash the gala with the diary, live streaming its secrets for clout and a shot at 1 million subscribers. Sophia, heart-pounding, slipped into the Fontainebleau security room, charming a guard named Ada with a sob story about a lost bracelet to access the cameras. She spotted Chloe, bandaged but defiant, and Lexi in the ballroom, waving the diary to a crowd of influencers snapping photos and live streaming. Sophia, thinking fast, stole a waiter's uniform from a locker and blended into the gala's chaz, intercepting Lexi near the dessert table piled with macarons. She snatched the diary back, her fingers trembling, but not before Lexi live-streamed a page revealing Isabella's fake pregnancy, complete with the forged ultrasound photo and a note about Dr. Vargas' bribe. The stream went viral, crashing Twitter with sharp medrama and 2 million views in an hour, trending globally. Isabella, mid-toast with Mayor Rivera, saw the footage on a guest's phone, her face paling as the ballroom erupted in gasps and whispers. Victor, humiliated, stormed out, shoving past paparazzi, his face a mask of rage. Elena, frail in her wheelchair, disowned Isabella with a venomous glare, rewriting her will on the spot to cut her out, her voice trembling. "You're no daughter of mine." The fallout was a hurricane of chaz that swept through Miami's elite. Isabella, cornered in the hotel lobby, accused Sophia of orchestrating the leak, her voice shrill as security dragged her away. Sophia, clutching the diary, turned the tables, stepping onto a banquet table and revealing Marissa's forged ultrasound to the crowd, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "My mother's a liar, and I have proof. She used Dr. Vargas to fake this pregnancy for money." The crowd roared, phones flashing, as Mayor Rivera, fearing his cartel ties would be exposed next, ordered his security to shut down the gala. Reiko, drunk and unhinged, pulled a gun, sparking a stampede that trashed the ballroom. Champagne flutes shattered, influencers screamed, and a chandelier crashed, sending crystal shards across the marble floor. Sophia fled through a service exit, pursued by Marissa's hired goons, who'd been promised a cut of the trust fund. She hid in the Rusty Anchor, a Miami Beach dive bar reeking of stale beer and regret, where her estranged cousin, Matthew Cruz, a 20-year-old hacker with a shaved head, a grudge against Victor for cutting him out of the family, and a laptop littered with energy drink cans, sheltered her. Matthew hacked Lexi's stream, erasing the footage from YouTube's servers, but not before the cartel, sensing weakness, targeted Isabella for knowing too much about their money laundering through Victor's real estate empire. Sophia, now 18, went on the run, using Matthew's tech skills to dodge the cartel across Miami's neon-lit streets, from the salsa clubs of Little Havana to the Art Deco olés of South Beach. She uncovered Isabella's deeper ties to the cartel, a sprawling scheme to launder millions through Victor's skyscrapers, brokered by Rivera and documented in encrypted ledgers hidden in Victor's safe. Victor, betrayed, filed for divorce, leaving Isabella penniless and exiled to a roach-infested Hylio apartment. Elena, before dying, named Sophia the heir to the $5 million, but only if she exposed the cartel's role, a challenge that thrust Sophia into a deadly game. With Meta's help, she leaked the ledgers to the FBI, triggering a sting that toppled Rivera, half the cartel's leadership, and Marissa, who'd been skimming cartel cash for years. Recco was gunned down in a raid on a cartel safe house, his body left in a Little Havana, LA. Schlo, recovered, pivoted to a redemption art, posting a tearful YouTube apology that earned her 200,000 new followers. Isabella, disgraced, fled to Mexico, leaving a note slipped under Sophia's door. "I was wrong, my Gala. You were always enough." Sophia, hardened but liberated, used the $5 million to start a foundation for foster kids, her diary becoming a best-selling memoir by 2020. Secrets in the Sun, translated into 20 languages. The cartel's shadow lingered. A mysterious woman, revealed as Rivera's daughter, Valeria, sent Sophia a photo of her foundation's ribbon cutting with a note, "We're watching." Sophia, now 27, kept a gun in her desk and Meta on speed dial, ready for the next storm in Miami's endless game.